Welcome back to GP Racing Dream. It's Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, Thundersport GP, and the Aprilia Super Teams. There we see number 40, Joe Francis, just putting up on a pole position. He's got Brad Jones, Harry Coomber, and David Allingham alongside him. And Steve, great race that we saw in the first part. David Allingham eventually taking that win.
Yeah, it's a shame almost that it got stopped because it was looking like a good race in the first place. Very close. Let's hope it's not a two-parter this time.
Absolutely. There we see David Allingham sat there on the outside of the front row. Second row, we have Tom Oliver, Ross Twyman, Ben Luxton, and Alex Baker. Alex, a great improver, one of his best qualifying, in fact, I think his best qualifying of the year.
Yes, he's done remarkably well here at Brands Hatch, and that's the highest we've seen the JDF bike this season so far. We're ready for on. And let's see if Joe Francis can get a better start. No, he can't. He gets swallowed up. It's Bradley Jones that gets away very well.
Absolutely fantastic from Bradders. Once again, Joe Francis, not the quickest to getaways. He's there in fourth place, but just gentling that speed down from Paddock Hill. He's probably going to be third or fourth up there at Druids. As you can see, back of the pack making their way into this extreme hairpin here at Brands.
I'm just going to have to double check. Yes, it was an extraordinary start from Harry Coomber, number 61. Where has he come from to be able to get up into the lead? It's Bradley Jones in second position. Francis has recouped. A little bit further back, we just saw there Robin Lindsay. Number 35 is Sam Wilford, newcomer.
Yep, there we see Tom Oliver, number 20, leading the championship coming into this weekend, but now he's got a bit of catch-up to do. Joe Francis just having run past him in the points, but Harry Coomber sees round the outside of him Bradley Jones taking the lead on the run down into Paddock Hill Bend, but then he's four abreast, and look at Joe Francis all the way round the outside. Can he do three of them in two corners? Maybe not quite, because Harry Coomber just holding the line into Druids.
Up the inside, he just slung the bike in and hoped for the best. It worked. Joe Francis, championship leader, leads from Harry Coomber, but now Tom Oliver's having a look up the inside in third. The former championship leader, he wants it back again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was beautifully done by Joe Francis. We have to keep reminding ourselves he is just 13 years old. He just looks so accomplished on this bike. Here he comes once again up that steep rise onto the top of clearways. There, Ross Twyman at the back of that leading bunch. 7 of a minute, then a little bit of a gap back to the rest.
This is great action in the Aprilia Super Teams. Joe Francis leads from Harry Coomber. Tom Oliver in third position. It's then Bradley Jones in fourth and Ben Luxton fifth. No, it's not, sorry. It's David Allingham in fifth.
It's just extraordinary. Look at that, Joe Francis. He looked as though he was going to be swallowed up at Paddock Hill Bend, but he comes out of that in the lead. And Harry Coomber still there in second place, just ahead of Tom Oliver. Tom looking left and right, but he can't find a way past Harry yet.
Francis has been done on the line in every single race pretty much this weekend. He's looking to break away from the pack now, and Tom Oliver, the man who can get the title off him, has moved up into second position. He doesn't want to let him go.
Brad Jones looking fourth place just behind them. Great intent there coming through Surtees and McLaren, and up onto clearways once again. The great thing about this circuit, Steve, when you get these machines so evenly matched and these young riders with absolutely everything still up for grabs, and there's only this race and 2 more rounds to go in their year-long championship, you'd imagine the tension would stop the racing being so good, but they're all at it.
Oh no, they're well up for it. It's great to see. David Allingham there got some supreme drive out of clearways and managed to pass a couple. He's now back in this race. I didn't think he was capable of winning it, but he's moved up into third. He's now having a look to move up into second, so keep your eye on Allingham, the red leathers, number 3, just behind Oliver.
Tom Oliver there, rattling up the curves on the exit of Graham Hill Bend. Well, thank goodness it's as dry as a bone here at Brands now. You do not want to be on the red and white curves if it's anything like greasy conditions, because that way madness lies. Then we once again see Ross Twyman just 6th at the moment, but behind Bradley Jones as they get onto the Braddon Straight.
There's number 194, Robin Lindsay, and Charlie Oakland, 2 of our other female riders racing in the Aprilia Super Teams once again this year at the front. I think Allingham got some decent drive and could well have been made up. Yes, he's back up into second position now. So Oliver dropped to third.
Yes, indeed. And there's that little chasing bunch now. We can see that the 2 guys at the front just stretching it slightly. Tom Oliver desperate to get back with them, and the gap's beginning to open up because the pressure is relentless. But I tell you what, Steve, is David Allingham in second place that's putting in faster and faster race laps.
Yeah, the pair of them are stretching away. They're doing about 55 and a half around here. The rest of them chasing pack in the late 55s, early 56s. There's another shot of newcomer Sam Wilford, number 35.
Up the front, it's getting really intense. There we see Joe Francis, number 40, David Allingham, number 3, and they are definitely in the zone, and it's their own zone. Look at them, away at the front. Tom Oliver, at the moment, seems unable to get with them, and the two just pulling away, but well, you'd be a fool to put your two bob on which one of these is going to take the checkered flag first.
There's two different lines there. Oh, we've got a rider down on the inside around McLaren. You see Ross Twyman, Brad Jones and Harry Coomber battling it out for 4th, 5th and 6th spot.
Yeah, it's Will Gaines there. He's just parked it up on the grass and just spectating at the moment, quite safe on the inside of the corner. But look at this blast down the hill. David Allingham, fantastic speed there. He gets right on the inside at Druids, and I think he will come out ahead of Joe Francis as they come down towards Graham Hill Bend, and he has. Allingham leads again.
Here we go then, they make their way into Surtees, and Francis fancies a look up the inside. In 3rd spot, it's now Ross Twyman from Bradley Jones, and Francis up the inside just. Oh, that was tight around there.
This is going to be changing literally every corner. I can see that in this superb battle developing for the final podium place. Brad Jones there in 4th, just behind Ross Twyman. There's Harry Coomber and Tom Oliver and Ben Luxton. Tom Oliver slipped slightly down the order over the last lap or so, Steve.
I think he just wants to confirm the points. You know, after that tumble yesterday, the championship could be completely gone if he falls again here. He's going to have to wait till Alton Park, but it's now last lap time. Allingham it is that leads, number 3 from championship leader Joe Francis.
Yes, they're going to get in amongst some back markers, I would imagine, before the end of this, but at the moment these two clear of the pack. Literally, they have only eyes for each other at the moment. They're in the bubble, and there's nobody in it but them. They are up for the lead. Look at Joe Francis run for the inside there. Still behind, we have Ross Twyman and Brad Jones, but Joe Francis didn't quite make it, and Allingham holds on for the moment with 1 corner to go.
You've got to have so much trust now in these Dunlop tyres and pin the throttle open. It's going to be a race down to the line here.
It's a big charge. The back markers aren't going to come into play. Here comes Allingham and Francis pulls out to run alongside as they cross the line there. It's 4 thousandths of a second, and the win to David Allingham. He just snatches it at the last. Lovely stuff again, Steve.
Brilliant racing, yes. Francis leaves the round, of course, as championship leader, but another great win there from David Allingham. What a performance.
Absolutely superb stuff from the youngsters. Allingham the win from Francis. Brad Jones got up to 3rd ahead of Ross Twyman. Tom Oliver was 5th, Ben Luxton 6th, Harry Coomber 7th, Brian Longshore 8th, Josh Hill 9th, and Aaron Coupland 10th. And there we see the 1, 2, 3, David Allingham, Joe Francis and Bradley Jones on the podium. There's the standings. Joe Francis confirming he now leads the points from Tom Oliver, Brad Jones, Ben Luxton, Ross Twyman and David Allingham. On the Nitro Newcomers podium, well, David Allingham, Joe Francis, joined by Ryan Longshore. And the result of that race means that the 2011 Nitro Newcomers champion is now declared as Joe Francis. David Allingham will finish 2nd, but there's still a battle on for 3rd between Milo Ward, Ryan Longshore and Alex Baker.
David Allingham, you got it by 4 thousandths of a second, 2 wins in the day. You must be over the moon.
I'm over the moon, man. I can't believe it. But, like, the first race after that, it gave me a bit of confidence to ride. I knew then I could have the pace to win it, like. So I was back at the start, and then I had to try and catch up through everybody, and I thought I'm never going to catch Joe, but obviously a back mark hold him up, and I got right on his back wheel, and I just kept charging from then.
Anyone to thank?
I'd like to thank my dad, my gran for coming over this weekend. Every time she comes, we get good results. Guy over at the home, John Lloyd from Nitro, and Ian Newton and Jimmy, and also Dunlop.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
2nd place again, Joe Francis. You just missed out on that win, but you've ended the weekend on a high note. You've extended your championship lead. It's looking good for Alton Park, your local round, like you could say, for the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to Alton Park. All I can do is try and beat David. He's been flying all weekend and just missed out again on the line.
Do you think you'll go into Alton concerned about Tom at all, or are you just going to do what you normally do?
I'm just going to race for every win.
And anyone to thank at all?
Mum and Dad, Nan and Grandad, Bennett's Bike a Dream, Motrack Racing, So Many Roads, Fab Racing, Graham Lund, Trevor Baker and my little brother Jacob.
Third place in the Aprilia Super Teens, Brad Jones. Brad, we spoke to you at the start of this show. You're obviously looking for another win here today, but it's been really tricky. Temperatures have risen, but tough competitors out there.
Yeah, well, it's been hectic all day. Obviously, Joe and David have been flying all day. Can't really catch them, so I just thought just get on with it and try and get a few podiums. But I obviously didn't get a podium in the first one. But then me and Ross Twyman had a good battle in that one, and I just luckily came out on top.
And you must have a few people to thank, Brad.
Yeah, I just want to thank all my sponsors, Dylan Faber Roofing, mainly my granddad, my mum and dad. I just want to say get well soon to Adam Barfoot, who's suffered a motocross crash and he's recovering well.
Well, that's it from Brands Hatch and GP Racing Dream. From myself, Robin Murphy, and from Steve Day. We'll be back with you with all the action from Alton Park.